See, as you can see the helicopter behind, this is advanced light helicopters. We fly display. We are in only display team in Indian Air Force who fly helicopters as a display. This is a rigid rotor version, so it is a better maneuverability. So we utilize this maneuverability to show aerobatics in this aircraft with 4 aircraft flying very close to each other. It's like one rotor dia, and no other pilot as of now fly with us. We choose our pilots, and then we fly. This main aim is to bring Air Force to the public, to the media, to know them, tell them about Indian Air Force, and to encourage youngsters to join Indian Air Force. So great, this advanced light helicopter, as you see, it has been made in 2003 by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. It is an indigenized helicopter, first of its own kind, and if you see, if we why we are boosting indigenization is it helps us to sustain the product. Now, without any fear, without any risk of any foreign support not being there when it's required. So it helps Indian Air Force when we go for indigenization. That's why we are pushing more for indigenization.
We are currently located at the Air Force Station Solur. This lies in the center of the southern peninsula, which ensures that we have reach not only over land towards the north and towards the east, but also over the seas to the east, west and to the south. That makes us a very capable aircraft in terms of projecting our combat force all over the country. Tejas is a light combat aircraft, and therefore, keeping in mind that the aircraft is in the lightweight category, the kind of weapons that the aircraft carries is phenomenal, and that makes the combat capability of the aircraft tremendous, and we are pretty lethal in our role. The aircraft is configured for carrying short-range thermal missiles as well as long-range, beyond visual range missiles, and both of them are world-class. We also carry 1,000-pounder conventional bombs along with laser-guided bombs for precision targeting. And overall, both the suite of air-to-air as well as air-to-ground weapons make us a multi-role aircraft. Not only the weapons, but it's also about the sensor integration, radar, laser designation pods, the EW suite, and the HMI, the human-machine interface, which makes this aircraft an extremely potent combat platform. Tejas as an indigenous platform, it's a tremendous capability that we have been able to achieve as a country, and we should be extremely proud of it. Currently, the component in terms of cost, in terms of indigenization is about 60%, and in terms of number of components fitted in the aircraft is close to 75. The percentage is increasing on a day-to-day basis in terms of indigenization. So it is a positive step forward towards ensuring Atmanirbharta as a country, and as part of the Tejas program and commanding the Tejas fleet, it is an immense pride for all of us to be operating this indigenous platform, which is so capable and something to be extremely proud of as a country. The feeling is primarily of extreme pride and humility. Humility because the kind of hard work that has gone in since so many years to ensure that an aircraft as capable as Tejas finally fructifies into a combat squadron, that itself speaks volumes of our commitment as a country towards indigenization. Additionally, I have been lucky enough to be part of the Tejas squadron since day one, since the IOC aircraft were inducted in July 2016. So being a squadron pilot to commanding the same squadron, it's probably a dream of every combat pilot that I am lucky enough to be living. The most unique aspect of Tejas is the indigenous component. So as an aircrew or as a technician, if I require a certain change to make it even better, the same is conveyed to the designers and they work double time to ensure that it is incorporated. Unlike other aircraft wherein you have to make do with what the manufacturer has given, for Tejas, improvements has no limits. It is up to the imagination and the design and development and capability of India, which ensures that all the requirements that have been projected by us have been met not only and many a times not only to our standards but far exceeding our requirements. Mach 1 Alpha is the immediate next version of Tejas that is being that we expect to be joining the Air Force shortly. Tejas in the current form of Mach 1s itself is very capable, but with significant improvements in capabilities envisaged in the Mach 1 Alphas, we are looking forward to enhancing the combat potential of Tejas in the Indian Air Force and for the country.
I would like to put it across in a different way. Like all of us in Tejas are from different backgrounds. Like somebody has come from Jaguar, our pilots are from Jaguar, Mirage, Su-30. Same is the case with engineering officers. So generally we have a good appreciation of how a fighter aircraft works, what are the better aspects which are available and probably which were missed out in Tejas. So we give a regular feedback to our designers, our production house, and they are very proactive. They take all our feedbacks in a very constructive way, and whatever can be implemented, it is implemented at the earliest. In addition to that, if there are some changes that the designer is also willing to implement, they can be incorporated in the aircraft at the earliest because everything is in-house. The maximum distance between Solur and Bangalore is just 300 kilometers. So if you want something today, it is definitely here by tomorrow if the thing is particularly cleared on the aircraft. So that way it is quite good, quite reliable, and it's a complete teamwork. If you see the designers, the production house, and the operating units, and there is an Air Force component also which continuously works with the designer. So it's a complete teamwork which ensures that the aircraft is flying round the clock. With respect to indigenization, if we see our aircraft right now, it's more than 70% indigenous. So if we see the import bill, so that has reduced a lot. If 70% indigenous components are there, the import bill is reduced now. And the remaining 30%, I think HAL is trying its best so that for critical components like ejection seat, engine is an ongoing development which is being carried out by GTRE. So if all those issues can be resolved, I think the indigenous content can definitely rise from 70% to maybe 90% in the coming decade. With respect to longevity of the aircraft, our aircraft is mostly composite. So with compared to a metallic aircraft, which is prone to a lot of issues, a composite a very robust structure and as well as a robust design. So that way I think longevity will be quite high in this aircraft, and as of now we've got our time between overalls fixed, but I don't think those will be sacrosanct, and I think it will be flying for much longer time in the Indian Air Force.
Air Force Station Solur is a very important base in the peninsular area of India. And it's a base under the Southern Air Command, which is based at Trivandrum in Kerala. This is the only Air Force base which houses transports, helicopters as well as fighters in the entire Air Force. And if you talk about the importance of this base, you can gauge it when you look at the display that we have here behind us. We have two very important indigenous platforms which are on display here. The Tejas Mach 1 and the Advanced Light Helicopter. As far as the Tejas Mach 1 are concerned, it's a HL manufactured aircraft, and it has been inducted in 2016 at Air Force Station Solur. Solur houses two squadrons of light combat aircraft. And it also houses the Sarang helicopter display team, which is also made up of an indigenous helicopter, advanced light helicopter, or Dhruv.